Hi there! Now I prepared for you one more touching top 15 about animal rescues, and I'm really sure that you won't stay indifferent to the stories given in the video. They will tell you about brave and cool people that took good care of animals. Let's go! This little deer fell into the water and could not get ashore. Too high and sharp slopes for him. Fortunately, the guys from New School Fishing were swimming nearby, and without hesitation, entered the water to save him. A fawn looking very much like Bambi was frightened of men, tried to escape, but they surrounded him. One of the men caught the baby and put ashore. The kid immediately ran into the distance. The guys were very happy that they saved someone's life. Apparently, the fawn was only about 2 weeks from birth. We are sure that the mother was somewhere nearby and met her baby. Unfortunately, in hot countries, there are serious problems with thoughtless animals, and it's not uncommon for their kids to be left alone at a very young age. For example, like this little baby. She whimpered alone on the street, looking for her mother, but could not find her. The poor woman was on the street until she was sheltered by a kind man. The man reassured the lost puppy and took her to his house, where he gave her warm milk. The girl was so small that she was not even used to drinking from a bowl. After eating, another lodger of this house came up to the baby, a cat Orange. But another kid living in the same house was first scared of a new pet and hid under the refrigerator. While the kitten was shocked by the new neighbor, the puppy examined all corners of the house and tried to find her mother. Of course, she didn't find her mother, but Orange heard her whine and came to calm the lost baby. The puppy, feeling love and care once again, now was able to sleep peacefully. Unfortunately, not all people feel responsibility for their pets. This girl was left alone in an empty lot. Her owners were evacuated and did not take her with them. A team from Hope for Paws came to pick up the abandoned dog. At first, the girl was nervous and did not know she should trust new people or not, and so she took snacks and ran off to the side. But for the third time, she did not run away, but ate on the spot. The owners left her in November-December, and a neighbor all those several months fed the abandoned dog. Rescuers gave a new name to the dog. Now her name is Maple. When they opened the fence, she was extremely happy and jumped with happiness. Maple wagged her tail nonstop. It turned out that most of all, she missed attention, affection, and care. She quickly realized that these people can be trusted and obediently went with the rescuers into the car. She was happy. When she was brought to Hope for Paws Center, she was washed and put in order. Maple was very happy when she was taken to her foster home by the friends of her rescuers, guys from Angel City Pitbull. Maple was very fun and friendly. We hope that she will soon find a permanent home with caring and loving owners. The road is a dangerous place for stray dogs. This dog became a victim in a road accident. She was hit by a motorcycle. Animal Aid Unlimited had been called, reported the incident, and asked for help. The dog was lying down. She could not get up. The victim was carefully wrapped in a blanket and taken to the doctor. The poor thing was very depressed. After examining, it became clear that there were no fractures. She could not stand, but there was still a slight reaction in her legs. There was fear that the dog might have a head injury. She could not keep her balance. The poor thing didn't even want to eat, but fortunately, she took all other care with pleasure. She ate only the next day, and every day after, she was getting even better. She liked her time at the physiotherapist very much. After 2 weeks later, she could already stand. She was called Callie. The love and care of the guys from Animal Aid Unlimited gave her the desire and strength to recover. And after a while, she finally recovered and joyfully wagged her tail. Early in the morning, Wildlife Aid received a call saying that the swan family needed their help. The place where the swans were was nearby, so the guys got there very quickly. 2 sad swans walked along the fence. They could not get over the fence to their children. Then the men took them in their arms and went around the fence to let them out into the pond where their children swam. Parents immediately became cheerful and soon reunited with the kids. Happy animal families are the main thing in the work of lifeguards. A monitor lizard can be not only large and formidable, but also small and defenseless. This kid was sitting on a faucet handle in the toilet in the city of Kalyan, which is located in India. He scaredly hugged the iron with his paws. Fortunately, his savior gently took him by the small tail and let him out onto a tree. Wildlife Aid received a badger with serious injuries. The new veterinarian immediately began to rescue the victim. She began to rinse the wound and remove hair in order to understand the extent of the damage. The wound was very serious. The doctor removed the bad parts of skin and applied the hydrocolloid patch to the wound for better healing. The badger was still young. He had good teeth. Everyone fought for his future. After the operation, the fighter was injected with antibiotics and painkillers. The badger was placed in an individual cell to restore strength. A few days later, the poor fellow again had to get to the doctor's operating table. Additional wound treatment was required. The lead veterinarian again produced all the operations necessary for recovery. Fortunately, after 4 weeks, the patient was healthy and full of energy. Therefore, experts decided to let him go where they found him. He was brought to the place of the first meeting and opened the cage. After a short time, the badger oriented himself where he needed to go and confidently ran towards his home and family. On May 26, 2020, the guys at Ocean Conservation Namibia caught a fur seal with a very deep wound. A commercial fishing line cut through the skin of the poor animal. The fishing line twisted twice around his chest and once around his right fin. The movements brought terrible pain to the poor thing. When the guys cut the line from the fur seal, they saw that the wounds were without infections, which was very lucky. Therefore, they decided to release her into the ocean. Salt water should neutralize and heal further. The next day, rescuers saw her again on the beach. She was with her friend, a little distance from the pack. The fur seal was moving more confidently, and it was clear that she felt much better. A man noticed this young puppy as he rode past on his scooter. The lonely puppy did not know what to do. He just stood with his head stuck in the iron mesh of the fence. But his rescuer helped him free himself from the shackles. The puppy was glad of his salvation. Mom Dog was always in a hurry returning to her puppies, and one sad day she was hit by a car. Mom died, and her children were left orphans. Rescuers from Northeast Animal Rescue set off to find her children. The dog's family home was in the cemetery. They searched for puppies for a very long time and eventually found the first puppy. She sat in the grass and nibbled on a straw. She was very thirsty. Fiona from the rescue squad gave her a drink of water. The girl drank it greedily. Fiona called her Briar. Having quenched the baby's thirst, together they went further in search, but they could not find any other puppies there. When a snake gets into a human settlement, both the snake and the people are scared, especially when it's a poisonous cobra. Muriwal Hausla came to the call of the lost serpent. The snake catcher found her lying on a brick wall under the roof. She peered carefully with her black eyes. Muriwal Hausla grabbed the cobra by the tip of the tail with one movement of his hand. The snake was taken aback by such impudence. She hissed in fright at the man. Using a special iron hook, the man was able to get the poisonous snake out of her temporary cover. She resisted, but the professionalism of this man was unmatched. The cobra turned out to be of impressive size, one might say the length of Muriwal himself. The Muriwal pulled the snake out into the street, onto the road. All the people gathered to see. The snake continued to hiss, but behaved calmer. However, she did not leave attempts to attack anybody. She also even tried to bite the camera. But the brave snake catcher could even touch her head with the hand. He gently lowered her head to the ground with his fingers. At some point, the man completely released the snake from his hands, but she did not crawl away. He regulated her movements with his iron hook. As a result, he drove her into a large plastic bottle, turned it over, and twisted the lid of the container. Now to the wild she goes. In Durban, South Africa, a black mamba snake crawled into a truck engine. This is not what can usually be seen in engines at all, but Nick Evans, snake rescuer, turned out to be very brave. At first, he put a special stick in her, but there were too many obstacles in the way. Then the young man very cleverly grabbed the poisonous snake by the head and pulled it out. The snake was huge, about 2.5 meters.
It is a... Oh, look at him, eh?
Oh, look at this guy, it's huge.
That's a big mamba.
Well, the courage of this man can only be envied. On Lake Ultra, north of Honor, Michigan, a damaged eagle was found. The woman picked up the eagle and took it to the house. At home, the bird was carefully examined. On the legs of the eagle there were strong bruises, an open cut, and even a possible fracture. The girl was trapped on the lake. One paw of hers did not move and did not react to anything, no pain reactions, and also changed color. The other foot was very swollen and with a cut. They started a course of antibiotics on the poor thing and an intensive care course of electromagnetic waves. She was already an adult bald-headed eaglet, and we hoped that she did not have a nest with children on the lake. Magna wave treatment went well and in a passive mode. The bird was simply in the cage and received a dose of electromagnetic waves. They had to improve the blood circulation in her legs. At the end of the course, the eagle recovered as much as possible. The legs are not fully operational, but most importantly, the bird felt good and was very lively. Therefore, they decided to release it into the wild. Let's hope that the eagle will cope with it in the wild. In July 2019, a cute white dog began to flicker in posters about found animals. Many tried to catch her, but she didn't trust anyone. And even the professionals at A Safer Place Animal Rescue were not given this easy. On the first day, they tried to lure her with food and toys, but nothing helped. The next day, a woman working not far away also tried to gain her trust. Her name was Carly. You can tell she almost succeeded, but she had no leash. And when the team threw her leash to use, the dog got scared and lost confidence. When Carly had to leave, the dog melted and ran out onto the road. Then she was nicknamed Mira, from the word miracle, because there were many dangerous situations. As a result, the rescuers were helped by the girl Julie to catch Mira. With her help, it took several hours to gain confidence and catch the dog. Mira was taken to a rescue center and washed. She had a lot of ticks, so they were removed. Mira turned out to be very friendly, and she became friends in a foster family with other dogs, so much that the foster family turned into a permanent one. The life of this little kangaroo baby was hanging in the balance. Losing his mom, he desperately needed care and support, and he luckily got it from people who found the poor creature. The rescue operation should be done as quickly as possible, and the people managed to do that. They put the baby into the bag and brought him home. There, the rescuers checked if the joey was okay. The little orphan was shivering and stressed, but he was also curious enough to poke his head out of the bag, examining what was going on around him. The rescuers decided to leave the baby at their place. They invented the warm house with a pouch for him, where he would spend several months and then would be released to the wild. That's all I wanted to show you today. I really hope you found this talk fascinating and gonna support the heroes of these stories. Leave your likes, subscribe to the channel, and donate. And don't forget why we love animals. They give us a lot of love and loyalty, and of course, joy. Go to the Animal Like People channel and watch the videos about cute and funny cats and dogs. You'll have a lot of fun. See ya!